All
Let's
right,
go with that.
we will begin on go. 3, 2, 1, go. Good luck.
Good luck.
And they're off.
And the rough, yeah. Hold on, I think my stream's lagging behind a little bit. Let me turn on low latency. Yeah, both of these runners both PPing recently. Both of them looking to be in good shape. Although both of them also mentioned they weren't too much like in shape. Cold hands and all that. Escape going well for both though. Headstrong just eking out a little bit of a lead. This is a really good escape. Is this a 57? That's what I would guess. Looks like it is... Ah, it's 58. A little bit off. But the recon just a couple seconds behind. Now we have a lot of races for today. I think we have like 5 races all in all. On a fairly tight schedule, something like an hour and a half allocated for each race. Which should be fine. Like this race will probably not last too long. Like we have about an hour and 20.
We gonna go fast.
But yeah.
A lot of races today, so we're gonna do some squeezing in
Yep.
of races. Tight scheduling.
Oh, yeah, I'll suggest I can do commentary for this one and the next. Not for
Okay,
the third one because I'm in it, but
that's
I
fair.
also can't do the last two. Because I just need to wake up early. Oh,
Yeah.
recon ledge grabbing a, a Hellcat. That's a thing.
They don't get mad at you for that?
No, they don't.
Figured they
You can
would.
sometimes even bonk into them a little bit. Yeah, they get mad really easily, but sometimes they're kind of friendly. I just imagine the driver's in a good mood.
Yeah, he's just having a good day.
Yeah. Yeah, with the standings of the tournament, I think this is the first round where a lot of people face opponents that don't match their own score. Because, well, I'll double check the bracket, but I believe that Headstrong's still, yeah, she's still 5-0, right? And Recon should be 3-2.
Yeah. So now we're
Let me double
getting a
check that.
little bit more separated again. After
Yeah.
round 7 matches, we will have our finals week. I should not call it that because that reminds me of school, and that sucks. So, finals weekend, and all the like the 1 and 2 seeds will face each other, 3 and 4 seeds face each other, all the way down to 13 and 14 seeds will face each other. So they will
I
all
see.
face someone as close to their skill level as possible, and the
So for the round,
finals, yeah, and that'll be the final rankings after that.
I
Always
see.
10
So for the
o'clock.
final round, you just let people rematch,
Yep.
basically.
Yeah,
I
people will
see.
rematch against someone pretty much at their own skill level, or as
Yeah.
close to.
And then off the bat, is there another separate finals? Because I think you mentioned that, right?
No, so that will just be the final. So the 1 and 2 seed
All right.
match will be the grand finals, essentially.
So it's currently looking to be Headstrong and Ouija.
Mm-hmm.
I think those two would be the favorites for that spot, especially Headstrong because she's still undefeated.
Mm-hmm. I think if she wins today, she's pretty much locked into the 1 or 2 seed.
Yeah. I mean, it's possible that Piggle still takes it over Ouija.
Yeah,
Have
Piggle
they?
could.
I don't think Piggle and Ouija have faced each other, have they?
I think they have, yeah. I think they faced like week 1,
Oh, yeah,
actually.
they have. Yeah, yeah. No, yeah, they have. You're right. Ouija did win that time. Both of them are looking to get Dex to chase, while still have to wait for Recon to get the hover. Because that is one of the tricky bits that does sometimes go wrong. Oh, he's a bit far to the left. Yeah, he hovers really high and just gets off the jet board. Ooh, okay, oh, just barely gets inbounds. That was not ideal, but he made it work. With Headstrong now, already done with tombstones. Yeah, just feel like little movement things here and there, like you can see for yourself. Headstrong's just eking out a little bit of a lead. See what kind of luck Headstrong gets on Praxis. Oh, one of those missed, but she still manages to get the 5 hit. I think one of them hit like a bomb or something, but he still gets the 5 hit. Wait, second phase. Yeah, I'll have to go for the last two. This is something you'll see people do every now and then. Basically, you want the last bomb to be as close as possible to the second to last one you hit. Because as soon as you hit Praxis to like the end of his health bar for the current phase, the bombs start exploding, so you want the last one, like the actual one, to be as close as possible to the second to last one you hit. Because that way you still have enough time to actually hit the bomb before it explodes. This is a really good early game from Headstrong, by the way. Is this sub 7? It is! 658, that's
Wow.
crazy. You don't see that every day. Yeah, that's actually insane. I remember that like sub 9 was a good Praxis time, and now people are getting sub 7. It's crazy to me. Like, of course, it's because of the new little skips, like especially Dex Chain skip, just made that possible pretty much. So crazy to think about how much has been optimized. And Recon also getting 5 hits on second base. Yeah, one thing I want to be learning myself is the way Headstrong does Praxis manipulation. Because a lot of people do, well, I do basically the same thing as Recon does. You just kind of wait for him like in one spot. Usually like, well, it doesn't really matter where. And then you want Praxis to go near that spot for the second or third bomb. Because then he will skip like the animation where he shoots the ground away. But there is a manip that some people do, including Headstrong. Where, oh, did she? Oh, she didn't get hit. I thought she got hit for a second. There was a sound there that I can't quite place. Did she like hit a card mid-air or something? But yeah, there is like a slight manipulation you can do to get a consistently really good Praxis. It's not completely consistent, I think, but it's definitely worth looking into. Yeah, 936 out of the portal. This is really good pace. She got hit, but she still managed to hover off of that? Hmm. Oh, what probably happened is the god like bonked into her, but like she didn't really get redirected, I guess. I guess for the movement on the overbounce, a lot of people just like this hover a bit better because this is one of the hovers that tends to just drop for a lot of people, myself included. If you just do it from the bottom, it's very easy to just lose a couple seconds by not getting this hover. So that's a bit of a safer way to do it. I don't think it's like slower either if you just get it optimally. It looks about the same speed to me. And meantime, Recon's about 2 minutes behind. Still have a pretty alright early game for a race, all things considered. Just that Headstrong is really on a crazy pace. Let's see how the first one with supers goes. I guess one spawn over there. Oh, I guess another one. Yeah, this is pretty bad luck. It's not just about the amount of spawns that you get, it's also about when they spawn. Because if you have like 2 of them back to back at the other end, then it's not too bad, but if they're like a little bit split out like this, it's kind of awkward. So this was a bit below average, I would say. Ooh, yeah, doesn't get 3 hits on one of the middle heads. So she's probably, yeah, she's gonna get like the spawns in the back, which loses anywhere between 6 to 10 seconds. People have been throwing around those numbers. Oh, it still didn't die, wow. Apparently the last one didn't die. Yeah, that's gonna lose her a couple more seconds because now that means that they didn't move on at all. Yeah, definitely losing a bit of time in twos. With Recon also getting the hover. Where is she going? What? Mog is... What? They are not moving. What is going on? Huh?
Oh,
Did she... What
I
the
think I've
heck
seen
happened?
that before.
Does she need to like restart mission or something? What is this? I've never seen this.
What is going on?
I'm assuming that like... Okay, well now Recon's ahead. That just lost Headstrong 2.5 minutes or something. That was crazy.
Wow,
I think it has to do with the
just a
fact that she
soft lock.
ignored one of the metalheads that was ahead on the path, and then like moved ahead, so like she missed some kind of loading trigger somewhere in the mission. That usually never happens. Like I've never seen this before, but I'm assuming it has to do with the fact that she just didn't kill the one middle-headed.
Good game.
That's extremely unlucky though. Like this is just some random jank. Ah, that's unfortunate because she was on like really good pace. But that means that Recon actually takes a slight lead. Yeah, but sometimes you just get jacked too. It's a new one to me though. Well, the race is really close now all of a sudden because of that. No pressure, Recon. Yeah, so play it a bit safe here and conserve yellow ammo. Headstrong pretty much does the opposite. Ooh, Recon trying to swag over on the left, but failing it, and switches over to the right. I saw that. Yeah, for some reason it's a lot harder on the left. I don't know why. Like swag hovering towards the right is really easy, I think. to the left, there's something about it. I think it's because of the way the side flip happens. I'm not sure. Yeah, well, they're both on the fight now. Like, Recon's only like 10 seconds or so ahead. But we'll be able to time like as soon as Suba's end. That's a good point to time it. But they're really close now. With a slight lead for you. Oh, that one didn't die. Is that it for Recon? No, I got small spawns. Okay, ends at 94, but it was a bit of a slow fight. Headstrong might catch up a little bit here. Yeah, Headstrong definitely caught up there. Wow, it's only like 5 seconds now. Oh, that's a good point, Annie. I completely forgot about that. Like as usual, 1.5 minutes will be out of Recon's time. So that means that Headstrong's still actually ahead. I didn't even think of that. Well, it's all a little bit relative, because it's one thing to say that on the screen Recon is 5 seconds ahead, but he still has the advantage of load times for the rest of the run, right? Because like over the rest of like the coming, say 45 minutes or so, Recon's going to like gain a second every now and then. So he still has to like quote unquote gain like maybe like a minute of load advantage for the rest of the run. So yeah, I suppose you can say Headstrong is ahead, but the whole timing difference with the load times does make it a bit more complicated. But yeah, it's fair to say that Headstrong is actually ahead because of that. And Recon opting to pick up some extra ammo. He didn't really need to, but just playing it safe. It's understandable. I assume both of them will be going for the hover here. And both of them get it. Ooh, Recon landing pretty far away though. Same with Headstrong, who got an awkward bounce off the wall. Yeah, Recon is a better start to bomb mods. The first bomb mod was pretty awkward for Headstrong. Yeah, there is a little bit of RNG here and there in this game. Especially in the early game, I want to say. Like, the zoomers, you need to get like, I want to say 4 zoomers after escape. And each of those can cost you a couple of seconds. Another big one is the one after Class 1 race. That's a pretty important zoomer to get. Yeah, Headstrong caught up a little bit with the second and third bomb mods. Those were definitely better for Headstrong. Because Recon's struggling to get a good zoomer, like I was just saying. Headstrong takes back the lead on screen as well now. Which means we'll now be heading over to Class 2. Now I know both of these will definitely go for Class 2 skips. I saw Recon practicing them earlier, and I think Headstrong just always does them anyway. Which makes sense, considering the amount of time she's put into them. Did you switch the audio back over to J3?
So needy, everybody.
Yeah, I know. Very needy.
I'm kidding.
Just trying to look out for everybody. Oh, that was a bit low, but it worked.
Move the audio icon so you guys can see what lap they're on.
Nice. That's what we call a professional stream.
Professional stream.
Also getting the first one, yeah. Oh, it's nice how it's like lap skip, and then the other screen, lap skip. Other screen, lap skip.
Hey, Recon's still ahead. Why did I switch? Oh, no, she's not. I didn't see it switch.
Yep. Yeah, Headstrong is ahead by like a full lap, pretty much. Yeah, the lap skips themselves are, I want to say, fairly old by now, but pretty recently, I want to say like maybe a couple months ago, maybe even sooner, more recent, I guess. A much easier way of doing them was discovered, and they're both. Oh, Recon, you got lucky there. And both of them are using like the easier method now. What people used to do was they went a little bit further ahead in the road, and they just bonked on a widow on the left side, and used that to like boost onto the bridge from the other end. But that one was a lot harder to do, and there's a lot more that comes to this. For this one, you don't need a very good lineup to be able to get it. If you want to do it quickly, though, like you have to watch, for example, Ouija. Ouija is probably the best at this. He has a crazy lineup that just is really quick. But both of them getting a pretty good race. I didn't actually catch their race times. Both of them getting laps pretty cleanly. Headstrong is like eking out a lead. Just like with every little split, she gains like 5 seconds or 10 seconds. It's crazy. Oh wait, yeah, I am way behind on stream. Thank you for mentioning that. How is that a thing? Is that bad? Okay, let me just refresh the streams and make sure it's not an internet thing. I have no idea what's going on with your internet, G3, but you're like 10 seconds ahead of me, and I'm scared. I guess I'll just commentate from the stream then.
Interesting. So I actually drove to both of their houses, and I'm just recording their screens directly.
Oh wait, hold on. The timers are wrong, right? Am I crazy? The time is like 10 seconds ahead for me, but Headstrong's just physically further in the race. What? Can I... What? Yeah, I'm not crazy. That's the thing. Huh? Hold on, are you sure the timers are correct, G3?
I am pulling it straight from their streams.
Am I going
So
insane?
it's not really up to me if their timers are wrong. But
What? So the thing is, so on my screen, Headstrong is at like 40 seconds now, and then I just looked at the stream, it was 33. Whereas the timers on Headstrong stream, it's at 23:30 now, whereas on the stream it was 23:23. So that makes zero sense. I'm very confused as to what's going on right now.
I am very confused as well. But it looks good on stream, so
Yes,
yeah.
but I assume that that means that the time on stream is about 20 seconds behind. I think that's what it means.
Sure. I just refreshed both of them, and oh, now it's not as synced. Oh well.
Yeah.
I'm not actually sure if this is Jack 2, Saren. I think so. I don't really know this game at all. Maybe JP can answer.
This is Jack 2, yes. I know that much. Oh yeah, okay. There's some drag going on with the timer, but let's get back to the race. Headstrong, I wasn't even looking, but she gets nearly a 152. It's barely gets a 153. While doing ringless. And I recall Headstrong saying like she didn't think she would keep up getting these crazy paces in races. And if not for whatever jank happened in sewers, this would still be like insane pace. Like I don't know her splits, but I would assume that she would be at least like half a minute ahead of her own PV. Oh hey, the timers fixed themselves. Woohoo! They just jumped. Alright. A random bit flipped. We're good now. Oh, why did you pause the stream? That's fine. Alright, now onto the ghost down hover. You want to do this pretty low. If you do it too high, you apparently can fill this. Which happened to some people in the Jack Discord. Yeah, and moving to Onin is just, you do a bunch of death warps, you need to know where you need to go. This hover in particular can be a bit tricky because you need a fairly specific angle to land in here. Because that tall building in the middle is actually completely solid all the way up. You want to make sure that you don't hit it. Yeah, and ideally you want to land in the hut with the jetboard as well. Because you can't like run or like roll jump or whatever inside the hut itself. But for whatever reason you can jetboard in. Up until the game forces you to dismount. At which point the cutscene plays anyway, so that's kind of what you want. Yeah, Recon goes for the alternative version of that. Well, it's not really an alternative version. It's just a different way of warping to the same point. You can either restart warp there or you can fall out of bounds. I think the falling out of bounds is slightly quicker, but having the restart mission is nice if you're either on a zoomer or if you missed the hover for whatever reason. Ooh, Recon? Okay, it does get this hover. Bit of an interesting angle. Oh yeah, there's barely not enough height. Yeah, you need to be pretty high there. And honestly, it's really the little things like that I just have been putting these two apart. Headstrong goes for the restart warp here. Just found recently by Piggle. Does that put you all the way here, starting the mission? It saves a good 6 seconds over the old method. And by now most people have like heard about it in the tournament. Most people know how to do it. I think both of these two are blue gun enjoyers. You love to see it. Recon also opting to pick up those boxes, which might as well if you like do that a little bit on the jetboard. Gives you a little bit more leniency on farming the ammo here. Recon actually does not opt to go for the restart warp, but instead goes for the older method. Yeah, there's two variants of this. Recon goes for the one where you restart warp, restart mission here. There's also a variant where you do the movement towards Samos and then do restart mission after the mission. Where you can only do either or. You can't do both restart warps. And for the rest, this mission is pretty much an auto-scroller. You need to pay attention that you kill multi-guys as quickly as possible, but other than that, there's not much you can do to save time here. It's really that you just don't want to lose time here, more than anything. Let me take this as a point of measurement. Headstrong skipping the cutscene on 3024. And I'll measure the same point for Recon in a little bit. Of course, do take into consideration that a minute and a half will be out of Recon's time because he's playing on PS5.
Cheater.
Absolute cheater. I think PS5 also has like the weird 8 direction / 16 directional thing, right?
Yeah, so you're playing at a little faster time, but you got a bit of a disadvantage as well.
Yeah. I can't say I know how it feels because I only played the game on PS2 ever. But there are some slight like version differences here and there like that, where in the newer versions you don't have as much like directions you can move in. Which I imagine just makes the game feel a little bit less fluid. Kind of wonder why they did that though, because you know the whole idea of an analog stake is that you know it has analog inputs, but instead they just kind of made the inputs digital. Yeah, this is another thing that these two might be doing differently. Headstrong opts to go for the jetboard movement here towards Vin's missions, which is slightly faster than just getting it on the zoomer, but it's a lot tougher to get. Like on a zoomer, you can just kind of drive, and it's really easy. You can't really mess anything up. On the jetboard, you need to do all this movement like pretty cleanly. You can't really make a mistake. And if you just bonk anywhere, you're probably gonna lose time compared to well, like this. That wasn't too bad though. If you just bonk anywhere, you're going to lose time to just getting there pretty casually. Other than the bonk into the guard, that was good though. And so far, yeah, it seems Recon's doing the same thing. Also prefers the jetboard movement here. The main reason it's fast is because you can do the Peacemaker hover, the same hover you do towards Peacemaker, which is what Recon's doing now, where he just cuts this whole like corner section, I guess. Because the top speed of the zoomer is faster, but with a jetboard you can like cut corners like this. And there's also the fact that like the animation of getting on a zoomer itself is fairly long. So typically on shorter trips the jetboard's quicker, and on longer trips the zoomer's quicker. But because of that big corner cut, this is one where the jetboard with optimal movement ends up being a little bit quicker. Oh, yeah, Recon having some issues getting up there. People keep hearing Windows sounds, you think? Oh, Recon! Okay, messes up the hover, but doesn't take it there. Oh, messes it up again. Okay, just... He's having issues with his hover. He... Okay, gets a weird backup there, but he gets up there. I always like when races are like this close on screen because in this mission you can like kind of see them pass each other. So after this bit, Headstrong will be heading back to the start pretty much. Oh, I completely forgot to time when Recon was done with Protect Sailors. I'll make sure to time it here. Probably on when they finish the mission. That's the easiest time to do so. It's also the most relevant time to do so because if either of them die here, obviously they have to do Drive of Shame, as you've probably heard of by now, where you have to drive all the way back to Bruta, but only if you die on Destroy Eggs or Destroy Tower, this being Destroy Tower. Yeah, with the Titan suit, you can just kind of walk on the edge. It's really handy to know in a speedrun. Oh, Recon actually opting to use the blue gun here. I've never seen someone do that. I guess it makes a little sense. Yeah, now this last section, this is the spooky part. Doing this on a jet board. Like, any small mistake just means you lose a minute. Oh, Headstrong just landing the jet board on the edge there. That's another good example. You can just land there. But especially on a jet board, it's very scary to do. Like, I probably would have gotten off the jet board myself there. I won't lie. Let's see, Headstrong gets in a portal at 36:29. I'll note that down this time, so I don't forget. Yeah, me too, honestly. Especially because you just lose a minute straight up if you die there. But yeah. I wonder what kind of pace this would have been if not for whatever happened to us that strong. I still can't really like spot any major mistakes, really. Yeah, there's about one full mission between them now. Now, that's not really fair to say because like Lurkers is a long mission and so is Destroy Tower. Alright, let's see Recon do the escape sequence now. Let's see if you can get good jetboard movement is here as well. Yeah, just takes a hit there. Taking a hit from the fire there is honestly not too bad. Yeah, just takes it a little bit safe, just does a front flip there. Yeah, gets off the jet board. This is probably like the scariest part, this little bit there. Yeah, he just takes it safe in the end, which is very understandable. But also makes it out safely in one piece. And Recon lands in the portal at 38:27, which means that there's about 2 minutes between them, 1:58. So let's just round it off to 2 minutes. But of course, if you add the time that Recon's going to lose because of his advantages on load time, that means that Headstrong now is a lead of 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Give or take. See what kind of luck Headstrong gets with the last lurker. This last one can get either, yeah, it can go this way, this is what you want to see. Yeah, that was pretty good. It can also stick a lot closer to the river, which is where you don't want to see, because then it's a lot trickier to get to both get the lurker close to where you want it to go, and to just get it on land in the first place, because if they land in water, you lose the mission. You just have to do it all over again. But yeah, that was a good lurker from Headstrong. Also good stuff from Recon, that was a really good boost. Really quick first 2 lurkers. And now we're on to class 1. which is the final race of the run. And I would also say the easiest, actually. That'll be a bit counterintuitive. The big trick here is, yeah, to do that, what Headstrong just did. But you kind of lean into this first big corner, and you can grab 2 boosts. You can either use those boosts, just like Headstrong did, or you can like save up a couple. And I assume, yeah, Headstrong does go for the skip here. This skip is a lot easier than a class 2. It might look difficult, but you really just kind of ram the wall and you just go up. It's very easy to do. I'm not even flexing when I say I got it the first time I tried it, because it's really that easy.
Weird flex, bro.
It's not even a flex, they're actually free. Yeah, the tricky part is getting the landing right and then making sure you can actually turn enough so that you can still pick up both boosts. That's the only tricky part. Because while these skips are really easy, they're not that easy to actually save time with. Because if you just land further to the left and you don't have a boost afterwards, or like one of the other racers yoinks your boosts away, then you can actually lose time while doing these. But that's not what's happening to Headstrong. This is a pretty good race so far. She missed 1 boost because of a driver on the 4th lap. But this is good. Basically, rule of thumb, if you can get like below, just say 2 minutes with lap skips, then you're doing a good job. Because it's not too hard to get like, say a 2:04 or something without doing any lap skips. Yeah, and Headstrong just gets like what, 1:45. That's a really good time. I think you can get like 1:40. I think I've seen 1:41. I don't know what the record for that is. Should look that up. I'm interested now. Oh wow, the record's actually 1:42. Sheesh. And that's 1:42.8 as well. So that was actually just like a second and a half of the IL time for that. Yeah. This section can also be really tricky, but Headstrong gets through this pretty cleanly. The guards there can be very annoying, and as long as you get wait, hold on. Did Recon take a death or something? Or did he just get here? Let me. He was 2 minutes behind, right? Just making sure. Headstrong might have actually been on world record pace earlier, but she lost like maybe a minute and a half, 2 minutes to something weird that happened in Suez earlier, where for some reason the people she was escorting just didn't move on the mission. She probably like missed some kind of mission flag. I've never seen it myself before. But yeah, just Jack 2 things happened. Yeah, it was a big oof. I don't think there was anything she did particularly wrong. She just kind of got Jack 2'd. But other than that, Headstrong has been playing extremely well. Considering this is like a one-time race. And Recon opts not to do lap skips, which I think is a very fair choice. And I got ads on Recon stream. Well.
Ad break.
I got a Disney Plus ad on my screen. Anyway, Recon made it out of class 1. Didn't take a death or anything, I just had to double check. Now onto the, yeah, that's a good line for the weapons factory, Hover. You can line this up from there. You can also line it up from a bit higher up, which is easy to do. This lineup is a bit hard to do with full speed. The lineup itself is not too bad, but it's difficult to get like a one where you have enough speed to not lose a bunch of time. Now onto robo skip, where you have to get up here. And then if you just hover really high here, then you hit some kind of death plane, and the game puts you in the elevator, which then puts you a crew. And you just basically skip the fight with all those robots there. And I believe this saves like 30 seconds or so. Oh, so Recon's also improved the Zuma hops. That was a good one. Now the crew fight, there's a lot to be said about the crew fight, but the strat people go for now is you just kind of shoot a bunch of Peacemaker shots at crew until he's just not done with the second phase. And while in that state, you basically supercharge 5 shots at the Peacemaker in one go by using the jump spin shoot thing you can do with the blaster and carrying those 5 bullets into the Peacemaker instead. You'll see what I mean in a second. When crew's on low HP, I like this. You pull out the blaster for a second, then you like jump and spin, and then just before you hit the ground, you switch back to the Peacemaker, and that allows you to stack 5 shots of the Peacemaker into one. And that does so much damage, it does more damage than 1 bar of crew's health, so you can skip the last phase with this, which is really nice. And I believe it saves about 35 seconds. Yeah, wow, that was like 46, 45 crew or something, that's crazy. Considering she lost like a minute and a half. Like, this might still be 57 pace, even with that Suez. Which is kind of insane, because that implies that this was, like, easy 55 pace, right? Recon also getting the West Factory hover. Oh, yeah, this treadmill can be kind of annoying with the jetboard. It interacts kind of weirdly with it, where when you're with the jetboard, like you're on the treadmill itself, it slows you down, but as soon as you jump, you just get all your momentum back. It's kind of weird. Definitely a bit counterintuitive. Headstrong just about done with Metal Head Mash. Now, I haven't once said the H word yet, which I think is the first for me. But let's hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah, so it looks like Headstrong lost 2 minutes and 8 seconds to Sewers just because of that one little thing. So
That's crazy. This might have genuinely been world record pace. I don't know like his splits or anything, but I think it was at least close to that.
yeah, if we take, or we're not obviously gonna take it off, but you know, we can just like look at 2 minutes and 8 seconds under what she finishes at and see what kind of pace she had.
Yeah.
Nothing beats
Yeah,
the
on
laser
PS4 and
eyes
PS5,
and crew.
there's weird graphical glitches, like, especially in the boss fights.
Final boss is so good.
Yeah. I just honestly think it's an improvement. It's just funny.
I mean, anything's an improvement on this game.
True. Recon opted to save some Peacemaker ammo, or he just picked up some extra. I didn't quite catch. But I imagine he's going to use the rest at final boss. So Recon might save a couple seconds on final boss compared to Headstrong.
Yeah, he's got 5, so he can do a full stack.
Yeah. I think the game does give you a little bit of Peacemaker ammo, like somewhere along the line in the end game. Headstrong should still have like a couple Peacemaker ammo. I think that's how it works. But
Don't
not
ask
5,
me.
for sure. Yeah. I should look into that honestly. Like, I think there's a mission, like maybe it's off the underport, maybe it's on the construction site, I don't know where, but at some point I think the game gives you a couple Peacemaker ammo. Headstrong gets done with underport at 51:14. Let me just check that with like world record, because I'm curious.
Jeeth Threeth.
That's 3:05 behind world record. So that means that she's like 1 minute, like without the sewers, which obviously is not going to get like, taken off. But this is about a minute behind world record. So yeah,
Just,
I was correct in saying that this was actually 55 pace.
yeah, this is just under a minute. If sewers didn't happen.
Yeah, it's about a minute behind. Yeah, which means that this is still 57 pace, which is crazy. Like this. But I'm sure that Headstrong is going to PB like sooner rather than later. If she just keeps on doing this in races, right? Like she's gotten 2 56s in a row in races, and this is probably going to be like a 57, 58. But that's obviously considering like that some jank happened, and Recon luckily also not hard locking. Yes, I said the word. Wait, did I say sadly? I mean luckily. Wait, hold on. I want you to do well, Recon, I promise. Yeah, Recon's been like at the same pace for quite a while now, not really losing much time. Lost a little bit of time at Weapons Factory, but other than that, he's been playing very consistently, I want to say. Oh, misses the hover here though. Oh, you know what would have been a fun prediction? You just predict how many hardlocks would happen today.
Oh, today in total.
Yep. My guess would have been 3. I know we were almost done with the first race.
3 out of 10, 30% of racers hard lock.
Yep. I think the actual hardlock rate is maybe like 10%. I think that's a more realistic number.
We can get some numbers after the whole tournament and see how many we had in general.
Yeah, that's actually a good way to do it because, I mean, how many races do we have? We have 14 races, so 7 races each round. I guess it doesn't matter, like 14 runs each round, 8 rounds, which is 96 races. So yeah, you can just divide by 96. I mean, I guess it's almost the percentage like on turn already, right? And Headstrong just finishing up Defense Stadium and now on to the final boss. And this is the one point in the game where it's absolutely okay to take a consumer because they don't get mad at you. Why? Because, like, metalheads are just murdering everyone. Oh, I forgot to even mention that Headstrong got shaft skip, but yeah, she did. There you go. Yeah, I think this is looking like a low 58 now. I don't think 57 is quite possible anymore, but we'll see. Yes, gets this hover. That's good. What if Suki was the one playing all along? Alright, now we're on to the final boss. There's really just a couple hovers to go from here. Recon also going for shaft skip. Let's see how he does. Alright, gets the first part. Looking good so far. No, I don't want to discredit Headstrong. Though I have heard that like her cat has been bothering her in some runs. Like I know for a fact that when I relearned the route, like for this tournament, one of the runs I watched was Headstrong's PP at the time, and the cat was actually bothering her quite a bit during the splits. So, yeah, during the run, which was pretty funny.
Oh, there's some really funny clips of just her pets just ruining her runs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like turning off the console or something.
Yeah, there you go. You see how Headstrong had like a couple peacemaker ammo, like 2 or 3. That's what I mean. Like at some point in the last couple missions, the game gives you those. I don't know when though. Yeah, it's just 2 ammo. Yeah. It's a good final boss so far. Just start finishing up. Is this gonna be 57? I think just barely not. We'll see.
Barely?
Or maybe. Oh, it is. Wow.
Yes.
57, 57. That's crazy. Like this would have been 55 if not for whatever happened to Suez. That's insane.
If you take off
Would have been
208, that was a 55 49.
49. That would have been a pretty big PB, but
Wow.
yeah, damn. Yeah, that's wrong. Just really good at races. Just the past 3 races have been
Oh yeah.
absolutely killing it. Yeah, that means that Headstrong takes the win. Not that Regal's not a bad pace at all. Like he's on like 103 pace. I want to say, like a low 103. Yeah, he didn't get shafted. That's correct. Yeah, GG's Headstrong.
0.02 seconds off of a 57 57 57.
Regal's a little bit low on health, so he should be fine. It's mainly scary for construction side because there your health does matter. So he really doesn't want to take another hit here. Because it's nice to have that little bit of endurance during construction side. Because more often than not, you do get like hit at least once. Oh, okay. I should stop talking. It's not too much of an issue that Samus got hit there. Because I think it doesn't lose time as long as only one of them gets hit at a time. Because they do like catch up with one another. Yeah, oh god, Recon! That was a close call. Yeah, Recon might even take like an intentional death after this. We'll see what he does. Ooh, same as... Okay, he's fine. Yeah, finishing up the mission.
Got pretty low there.
Doesn't last long. Yeah, definitely a bit scary. Also lost some time, I assume from the attempts of shot skip. Recon does not opt to take a death anywhere. He could use this one health to like take a convenient death somewhere. To do like a quick death warp. Which will be some nice improvisation. But it looked like he's just going to try to do the normal movement. All without a zoomer, interestingly. I think he tried to pick up that one. But he's just not getting a zoomer, which definitely is costing him a little bit. I imagine he'll do the hover here, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, yeah. I agree, yeah, you definitely want to take some kind of like restart or like death here. Because that just resets your health, right? So now he should be good. I know that sound. That was the debug sound. On Headstrong1290, that is. See if Recon gets the hover here. He does not. Gonna have to back it up somehow. Ooh, misses that as well. Yeah, he's just gonna have to go all the way around. Yeah, hold on. I'll see if I can drag Headstrong in here. Hello, congratulations on the race.
Hi.
You were on like 55 pace, if not for whatever happened in Suez.
I have no idea what happened in sewer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was strange.
I just kind of went with it. It was just, I noticed nothing was happening. I was like, okay.
Yeah, you lost 2 minutes and 8 seconds. So you were on. You had a
Oh.
55:49, pretty much.
Cool game.
Good game.
He's been really consistent on these races though. Like getting a 56, another 56, and now a 57. That would have been a 55 if not for some Jack 2 shenanigans.
I'll do some splicing and then you can submit that.
Oh, of course. And all the nonsense that happened after Praxis. Like I had a really good Praxis time.
Yeah.
It was sub 7 Praxis, but then like a bunch of things happened.
Oh, Recon doing the Recon. You love to see it.
Oh, nice red gun.
Yeah, exactly. You're making it too easy for me, Recon.
You gotta red gun everything, you know? It'll work.
Yeah, he did have the 5 Peacemaker ammo left, so... Imagine he'll be saving a little bit of time on final boss.
Oh yeah, broken PS4 thing.
Wee. This guy.
The giant purple thing.
Looks more intimidating than the original, to be honest.
I know, right? So just this little purple wave, just this giant purple thing.
See what kind of time he gets. It's a 104.51 for Recon. Yeah, did you use the Recon as well? Let me get him in here. GG's to you as well, Recon.
GG.
I hate that. God, this game sucks. Ah.
I agree.
Attack 2.
GG's.
Headstrong lost 2 minutes on sewers of all things because
Yeah, I soft
They
locked
can't-
in sewers.
Oh, damn.
like halfway through it, like in the second room, they just wouldn't continue walking.
Yeah, they stopped walking completely, and I went up and tried to check on them, see what's going on. I had no idea, so I just had to restart the mission and do it over.
That is so unfortunate. And then there's me
Oh.
just poor movement all over. Very sad. Anyway, GG's.
GG.
Yeah, GG's. Was
That
another fun one to watch.
could have gone better.
You guys like this view of Praxis fight?
Yeah,
That's great.
you would think he would actually get the stone at some point, but no.
No, he's really bad at drilling.
A golded peacemaker though.
Nice.
That's something. God. Yeah, that was fun.
1 of 451 is still good for a race.
Yeah, but it could have been better.
I mean, mine could have been a 55 apparently, but you know.
Yep.
The next race is what, Piggle and Blord?
Piggle and Blord. So
Yep.
yeah, I'm gonna go offline and hopefully we can get that back online in time.
Yeah, and that should be in like 12 minutes from now, by the way. So
Yep.
very soon.
That
See
should
you
be a
then,
good one.
everybody.
All right. We will see you guys in 11 minutes.
Woohoo.